What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Now, my first story today happened last year and is still developing. I'm very sure that many of you heard about it when it happened. It's the story of two ladies who were sodomized by some men in Ejigbo market in Lagos, Nigeria, after they were accused of stealing pepper worth 50 naira. Now, not only were these women stripped naked, but the perpetrators covered them with pepper. I'm not talking about sweet pepper, I'm talking about spicy pepper. They even had pepper in their eyes. Can you imagine that? And to the horror of everybody, they put pepper inside their private parts and stuck sticks inside these women. Now, I have to warn you, the video is extremely graphic. Please don't watch it. If you're young or you're easily disturbed, please don't watch it.
It's another jungle justice. Incomprehensibly brutal. These men, having beaten these women to a pulp, later turned what we understand to be blended pepper into their private parts. The women are accused of stealing pepper. This video has gone viral on the internet.
I can't process that in my mind. I'm sorry. I can't believe that human beings can do that to their fellow human beings. As a matter of fact, for a long time, I didn't know how to tell the story. And I have to give all the kudos to Dr. Mrs. Joy Odumake, who has taken it upon herself to ensure that justice is served in this case. If not for her, so many people wouldn't even know about this case. You know, that woman, she continues to make us all proud by fighting for justice. Thank you so much, Dr. Odumake. And also, I didn't play the video to ridicule the victims, but you know, there is no word that can describe the level of cruelty that these women that they went through. So just so you know, the older lady that you saw in that video, her name was Juliana. She died some days after that, and she was a mother of 4. So now 4 children, they have no mother anymore because of some crazy idiots who decided to molest their mom. Now, what you didn't see in the video is that Juliana's stepmom, who's the mother of the younger lady that you saw in the video, was also later dragged in and treated the same way that these 2 women were treated. This older woman, they also stripped her naked and they put pepper in her private part as well because she later recounted her story.
When I got there, they said to me, "So you're the mother of thieves." They stripped me and poured blended pepper in my private parts. They even cut my bra strap and said they'll cut off my head to the god of iron.
The story gets worse because these people demanded that before they would release the 3 women, you know, they demanded that the father of these first 2 ladies must pay 150,000 naira. I mean, can you imagine? I was so upset. I was like, what? After doing this to his children? Over 50 naira pepe. 50 naira pepe.
Their father revealed that he was told by the Babaloja of Oba Moruf Market in Ejigbo to bail the women alleged to have stolen pepper with 150,000 naira.
They slashed my daughter's breast and plucked one of her eyes. I had to take her to my village. She died there. They collected 20,000 and gave us 2 weeks to balance up the 30,000.
I don't know if you had the father, but because all he had was 20,000 naira, they demolished the man's house. I mean, the man was living in a shack and they still destroyed it. I can't believe that we have people that are doing this in Nigeria. In the market, right in the market. I learned that a lot of people knew when this was going on, but because those guys were OPC members, you know, the Odua People's Congress, and because they were backed by the Oba of Ejigbo, who has political connections with the local government chairman, they all lied during the hearing that they didn't know who did it. I've realized though that in Nigeria, our problem is not just the corrupt politicians, even the common people take pleasure in oppressing the less privileged. What is pepper? In a country where people are stealing billions of dollars, not even naira, billions of dollars, why can these same guys go after those that are wrecking our economy? At least we know so many of them. There are so many corruption cases that was never concluded. Why can't they go after them? I thought OPC is supposed to be some kind of watchdog for the society. But why are they now above the law? You know, in fact, all of them, MEND, MASOP, Arewa, Youth for forum. All these are ethnic warriors that are supposed to protect the interests of the common people, right? But they are not the ones terrorizing the same people that they are supposed to protect. The case may go to court since the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, has asked special detectives to take over the case. I'm really hoping that the Nigerian police will not collude with the politicians and traditional ruler to deny justice in this case, because I can't remember the last time that the Nigerian police successfully investigated a murder case. I'm glad that the young girl is now naming some of the perpetrators, because for a long time everyone was afraid of coming forward because a traditional ruler is involved. Now the 12-year-old said something that really shocked me. She said that one of the guys told her that you rejected my love advances and now I hope you can see that I have it by other chance. Can you imagine that? So because he's been trying to sleep with this girl and she refused, that's why they decided to do this? I still can't process all this. In the meantime, the family has been relocated to a safe place, but I think that it's ridiculous that they gave them just 500,000 naira, because I mean that's like nothing. Someone that lost a daughter and they demolished his house. As for Juliana, I'm really hoping that she will not die in vain, because things like this happen in Nigeria so often. Now, I'm begging you, if you see jungle justice, please don't walk away. Don't ever walk away, because you never know. You just never know when it would be somebody that you know. And believe me when I tell you that I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to South Africa. Did you guys hear about the pastor who told his congregation to eat grass? Hey! No, that is stupidity. What is his name again? Pastor Lesego Daniel, something like that. I don't know. He told his congregation to eat grass because it has healing powers. Oh my God. And these people, they all started eating grass with great alacrity.
So I'm going to give them food from above. And they're going to eat for this year, 2014. But they're going to eat the fulfillment from above. Wake up! Stand up! Attention! Okay, I see food outside. Look at that. Look at that food. Be quiet! Be quiet! Okay, go and eat. Go and eat. Eat quickly. Eat quickly. Today, no time. No time. You eat quickly. Will they die after this? Will we see death? Life. They are eating life. There will be resurrection. Come back. Come back! Quickly, run!
Hey, Yawa, for where? No. The Jesus that I know never did any of that. I don't know where all these people find all these doctrines or all these teachings. It's certainly not from the Bible. What can come over you now if you've not been smoking grass? Hey, Ejigbo, you get what I'm saying? Weed. I mean, I don't care who he is. I don't care what miracles he claims that he performed. We're talking about grass now, where people step on, and the grass where the dogs and goats do their business. On top of that, he himself did not eat the grass. So you see what I'm saying? He's telling people to eat grass, but he himself did not eat not one strand. You know what baffled me is that one church member said, praise God, we eat grass and we're proud of it.
It's nice. It's like macaroni, pasta. It's very nice.
I might not have eaten the grass or whatever, but if it happens that one day I eat the grass, it means I would have perhaps or maybe have the same level of Holy Spirit manifesting in me.
Really? You have to eat grass before God can show his power? You know, they all got sick after. Many of them were vomiting, and then they were all surprised that they were sick. I said, hey, why are you surprised? Now, hasn't God given you common sense? This thing, you are supposed to use it. Now, what annoys me the most is that this man also stomps on his congregation. I'm telling you, he will put his feet on them. I said, No. Where do these people get all their doctrines now? No, seriously, where do they get all these doctrines? You know, he said that if policemen try to arrest him, that he can cause them to sleep on the same spot for 6 months. He said during a service one time like this, that he shouted, "Sleep!" And that immediately 6 people fell asleep. I'm sorry. And then he said he asked his church members to slap them, those people that were sleeping, and to trample on them. And that they didn't wake up. He said none of them woke up until he shouted again, "Wake up!" And then they all woke up.
Daniel's followers are totally under his control, but some of his methods have raised eyebrows.
Therefore, that if policemen try to arrest him, that he can also command the policemen to sleep. Isn't there a name for that? It reminds me now. Pride. Yes, I think the name is pride. You get what I'm saying? You start to become full of yourself. No, seriously, God told us not to have other gods apart from him, because today, especially in Nigeria, many people have turned men of God into gods. We give them more reverence than we give to God. We are ready to do whatever this men of God asks us to do, even though we don't always obey God himself, the God that they said that they are representing. Isn't that idolatry? Isn't that having another God before God? You know, that reminds me of one pastor in Nigeria, Apostle Basil Prince Will, something like that, in Abuja, who was arrested for sexually molesting young girls. He kept saying that he was doing deliverance sessions for these young girls. Actually, the man was sexually molesting them. Can you imagine? It's funny that some of the parents, some of the moms of these girls did not believe their own daughters when the daughters opened up, because of how much reverence they give to the pastor. They actually believed the pastor over their own daughters. Listen to one of the mothers talking after the pastor was arrested.
He was my pastor. You know, I was worshiping in that church. To me, other people cannot stop. They are afraid of the man, because when we are there too, all of us, we are afraid of him. He bullies people, he intimidates you. You can't stand before him to talk. You must kneel down, no matter who you are. He slaps people, flog. He goes about with koboko. So that is what brought us to court. I had to report the matter.
What? Seriously? Can you believe that? What kind of man of God is that? He slaps people, he flogs people, he goes about with koboko. Isn't that enough sign for you to run? Please. No. Not with all these my karate skills. I'm also a woman of God with some karate skills. I've taught you guys before, when you see a target, the first thing is to walk back. You act as if you are not dangerous. And then when the person thinks that you're not dangerous, that is when you who. You don't just say who. It's who. I started a long time ago, that's why I'm here today. And then you be like, I'm okay. Don't be deceived. That's a new trick that we call obuchon. You act as if you are down, but you come back up and you slap your opponent. Look at this one. You don't have a black belt and you're trying to pronounce something that I pronounced. Look at you. And while we're talking about pastors, one so-called man of God in Osun State last week killed another pastor. Can you believe a pastor killing a fellow pastor? He accused this other pastor of stealing his glory. One pastor accusing another pastor of stealing his glory. Hey, this is not fiction, my people. This happened at Gbongan in Osun State. An apostolic church pastor, Pastor Adeola, said Pastor Julius Olusoji Oguntoye was stealing his glory. I guess in Yoruba he would say Onji Ogomi, Abi Onji Irawomi, something like that. So he went to his house with cutlass, sharp cutlass, and he stabbed this man to death in a fight. Of course, he was arrested. Unfortunately, the other pastor had died. I'm telling you, people, be careful who you call your pastor. And lastly, I'd like you guys to take a look at this video that I found about a so-called miracle river that was recently discovered in Nigeria. Take a look.
This is the famous Nachi Lake that has been attracting thousands of miracle-seeking people daily since it materialized on November 11, 2013. The vehicles that bring people daily from far and near to the lake are usually in hundreds. It is thoroughly dirty and its smell is overpowering. However, this does not deter people who besiege it daily with one health challenge or the other from diving into it. Even some in critical conditions who cannot enter the lake on their own get assisted by their relations to dip their frail bodies. Ironically, all the people I spoke with looked forward to a miracle after bathing in the water and cared less about how dirty it is.
This is my mom, so she's sick, and a lot of challenges as a woman. So I believe on having this water as I came all the way from Abakaliki down to pick it. So by the special grace of God, all those things, problems, that predicament that I'm passing through is over.
I saw one man with my kuru eyes, hair from the brightness, and another person from the sun in his leg. Spider came out.
But for the period I've been here, I did not witness any miracle. So many who have been assisted into the water were also assisted out by their relation.
Doesn't that make you sad? No, seriously. I'm really worried about those people. Are you not? I mean, isn't it the Bible that says that my people perish for lack of knowledge? I really pity those people because we don't have adequate health system in Nigeria. So why wouldn't they fall for such scam? No, seriously, I can't say more than that. But guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the beautiful Kenyan actress, yes, Lupita Nyong'o. Go sister, go sister. She's making us all so proud. You get what I'm saying? You know, this woman is taking Hollywood by storm. You know, I've been telling you guys for some time now that I'm also a Kenyan. You know, if you look at my mother's friends' side, you get what I'm saying? We are one. We are all one. We are one. In fact, you just have to research well. I'm very sure that me and Lupita, we're probably related, like, you know, maybe like 12 generations towards my mother's friends, relatives side. I think we look alike now, especially the left eye, you know, just look at my left eye, look at our left. Yeah, you can just tell that we are from the same, we are probably the same father born, mother born by association. So she's my sister. Never mind. Lupita was born in Mexico in 1983, and then her parents moved back to Kenya a year after that. She grew up in Kenya and attended Hampshire College in Massachusetts, where she studied film and theater studies. She has actually worked on several productions, both in Kenya and in the US. She has even written, directed, and produced her own documentary, which tells you about how albinos are being treated in Kenya. So she's been working hard for a long time, and finally, she made it, and she made it big. Now, as we celebrate this beautiful woman, I'd like to encourage you, whatever you're doing, please keep working hard, keep working hard. Someday it will pay off. If you think that you have a gift or talent, don't quit when things are tough or because you're putting so much effort and it looks like nobody knows that you exist right now. If you ask Lupita, she probably has a lot of stories to tell as well. You have no idea all the hard times that she's been through, how many times she has tried and failed and tried again. So don't ever give up whatever you're doing. Don't give up on your dream. It doesn't matter what your age is. Now, here is a clip of Lupita talking about her new life.
Have you processed what has happened to you? I'm still trying to look for a word in the English language that you know, captures how I feel. And my dad made up a word. What is it? It's otheklified. And that is like a word that describes a sense of wonder that surpasses human understanding. And that's how I feel right now. I like that. Otheklified.
Good explanation. I like that word.
I mean, how charming, you know? Keep it up, sister. We love you. Now, among other things, this lady has won the Screen Actors Guild and Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role and has been nominated for the Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. If you're yet to see her movie, please make sure that you see it. 12 Years a Slave is now in theaters. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Now, another woman that has inspired me is the new president of the Central African Republic. Yes, yep, you know, I love hearing of a female president in Africa. You know, it's so refreshing. You know, it's like drinking cold water after a long test. Finally, Africa is changing. We're having women in power. It's like, what? I have hope, you know, I said I want to be first lady someday. I'm so excited. Now, as many of you know, Central African Republic has been going through turmoil for a long time, and about 2.5 million people have been displaced. In fact, last week, I was just telling you guys about how the two militants are killing not just grown-ups, but children. They were killing children. Well, last Monday, 59-year-old Catherine Samba-Panza Samba-Panza was elected by majority of the parliament to be the interim president until the 2015 elections. Now, Catherine was born in Chad to a Cameroonian father, but her mom is from the Central African Republic. She moved to Central African Republic when she was 18 and studied law. So before getting into politics, she was a corporate lawyer as well as a businesswoman. She also has background in human rights work and mediation. So let's hope that she's able to quell this religious and ethnic madness claiming thousands of lives right now in the Central African Republic. Good luck, mama. But you know, I'll be watching you, okay? And please don't be like some of women leaders in Africa. We have some women leaders that are giving out waivers to first ladies for them to import cars. We have some that are traveling abroad for tummy talks. You get what I'm saying? Spending taxpayers' money. We have one in Liberia that is involved in nepotism and corruption. You get what I'm saying? I'm watching you, mama. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you should slap. Thank you, Jare. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zimbabwe, we finally found Mugabe for the first time this year. You know, there has been several rumors that he could laugh, that he's dead and all that. But thank God. You know, I've been praying for Mugabe. He's alive and he's well. He made an appearance last week when his younger sister passed away. She was 78. Now, as the oldest, Mugabe has only one sibling left, having lost two younger sisters. Don't forget that the ZANU-PF has announced that Mugabe will be president for the next 5 years. Forget about the fact that he's turning 90 next month. Actually, he will be 90, yes. And speaking of Zimbabwe, one man has been sentenced to 290 years in prison after he was convicted of raping 13 women. 290 years? Lord have mercy. His name is Thomas Chirembwe, and he's only 30. Can you believe? I said, Kai, only you, 13 women. What are you looking for? Why now? But that number of years is just ridiculous. At 290. Please, my people, be careful. You get what I'm saying? If you like a woman, just talk to her. Yeah, you know, it's not that hard. Just tell her how you are feeling. And if she feels you too, then you can proceed from there and get married before you do it. Don't even do before you get married. I know I will get emails about that. It's okay. You can call me old school. You can call me whatever. But it is what it is. Don't go and do with a man that you're not married to. Tomorrow night you will say he broke your heart. And when he didn't do the right thing that he's supposed to do, and you allow him to have all the benefits, how can you eat your cake before the celebration now? So if a man is not willing to pay the price, he ain't worth getting down there. But you know, what do I do? I'm just giving it real. Alright, y'all, it's been real. And I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.